Hi, I'm Wayne Tuttle, and this is Chasing Legends. Welcome back to Chasing Legends. Please hit our subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, and visit our website at www.legendssuperstitionmountains.com. Hey, for everybody, it was the 32nd Annual Treasure Hunter of the Year Awards, and we finished up, and Trevor videoed pretty much the ceremony throughout. So that's where we're going to take you this week, so enjoy.
All right, can I have everybody's attention? Look down. People chattering. Salvador. There we go. Get quiet down there. Welcome everybody to the 32nd Annual Treasure Hunter of the Year Awards. So it's been 32 years we've been doing this. And Mom is sick of it. We're getting rolling. We got an announcement tonight because we have a Veterans Committee and an old Dutch hunter who's no longer with us comes in. I'm not going to read the list of names because that's a long list and we don't want to just sit here and read the list. But this year our inductee is John Tuning. John Tuning. So, and I'd read the list and I was going to print it up into the pamphlet, but now it's getting to be like 60, 70 names. So I'll figure out next year how to do it. But a lot of guys last year on Ted Cox went in. So we got all that. Ron's happy there. So you got anybody besides Crazy Jake and Ted Cox you want in, Ron? Who else?
My grandson wife.
Well, I'm talking about the dead guys list, okay? We don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You're gonna make a Dutch hunter out of that boy.
Now this is sounding like a Salvador Degadillo thing, where we got the pre-Dutch hunter, then the Dutch hunter, then the dead Dutch hunter, and then the special recognition for Dutch hunter. So, by the way, everybody, we gotta give thanks to Sal, who 32 years ago decided this was a good idea and started the whole thing up. So, Sal will be sending you the bill later, all right? Okay. So,
Better find something.
So, we just started. We got that person in. We have a special recognition award every year. And this year, I'd like to announce that the individual is someone that Rick Wynn tried to get me in touch with for a number of years. And he said, you got to meet this guy. You got to meet this guy. Do you know where he lives? No. Well, do you have a phone number? No. Is he even alive? I don't know. And then Rick passed away. So I figure I'm never going to meet this guy, man. But by some odd coincidence, he pops up and he stuck his hand out one day and said, hey, my name's John Wayne Galloway. And that's our special recognition for Treasure Hunter of the Year. John, come on up here. You go like the steps.
Oh, that'll work.
We got steps. Dutch hunters getting old, we have steps.
Also, two places, needed two places.
All right. I don't know if I got enough light to read this. I won't bother going through the whole thing. But John, on behalf of us at the 32nd Annual Treasure Hunters Awards, I'd like to present you with your plaque for special recognition for Treasure Hunter of the Year. John, you would like to say a couple words about the treasure hunting days.
How long have I
We're
got?
all ears. We're all ears.
Well, for all you folks that don't know me, I've been in the mountains since '81 with Bob Ward and Ralph Holden. And over on that table there, I have a picture of the Lost Dutchman Mine area / Peralta. And I've been here, way too much. But I learned a lot from Bob. I learned a lot more from Ralph. The Dutchman basically is the tip of the iceberg. There's enough gold and coins and bars in that mountain to make everybody in here and every American citizen $2.4 million each person, if you know where to look for it. Oh God, don't tell Biden nothing. Oh, by the way, I need to ask, are there any government officials or law enforcement? Oh, you're out of luck then, Ron. Get a horse, get out of here. But, yeah, I spent a lot of time with Bob. My first trip in there was 16 days in red tanks. And Bob, before he died in 91, I was at his bedside. And he told Ralph that there's a tunnel that has 2 bodies in it. And there were gold coins, gold bars, and Kachina dolls in that tunnel. I've slept in that tunnel. It's closed off now. I'm probably the only one that knows where it is.
Tell us.
In Red Tanks area.
Tell us.
I'm getting too old,
You need to tell
okay,
us.
to hike. Do you know Red Tanks area?
I do.
Who? Salvador?
Get it,
Okay, bud.
Woohoo,
You know where the fence line is in Red Tanks? You go through the fence line. You go up the hill. There's a rock that sits on a rock. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Well, you get to that fence line, you make a right. You go up that hill. There is a house. I don't know how long it must have taken, but there's a house in there that's made of a rock. And under the rock is on the floor a bed area that has been carved out of the rock. The area also has a stone stove that's sitting by a window. And these are all supported by smaller rocks. Whoever thought this up, I don't know. But I've been there. I don't tell you, fact or fiction. This is fact. When Bob and I spent 16 days there looking for something Bob had noticed before, it was a round rock with 3 other flat rocks. And they were in a U. There was a heart in the middle. And I have seen that. I took pictures. I don't know where the pictures went. I took pictures of that, and Bob said that the thing was not the right area. It was wrong. I went back about a year later by myself, and all those rocks have been moved. So I got a feeling Bob was in there again and moved those rocks. But if you go in to LaBarge's box, you'll find the Dutchman. I've got photos there that show the horse head from the Peralta map. That horse head is in that picture. The Dutchman, I don't think, found a mine. I think he found the Peralta treasure. And the Peralta treasure, the Dutchman, from what I gather, according to Google, is now worth $40 million. If you find the bigger treasure, the Jesuit priest treasure from the 1700s, you're looking at that $2.4 million per person in this country. So if you can find that, and I've seen some of it, I've been up, Salvador, you know Charlie Boy? Yeah. Okay, you go up to Charlie Boy, have you seen the peak with the faces on it? You have? No? Okay, there's a peak rock, a pointed rock there. And there's 3 faces on it. I've only seen 2. Ralph and I spent time there, and if you follow the faces, they look across the wash. There is an area there that Ralph took a camera, turned it around, and told me that number 4, 5, 7, and 6 are there. Treasures from the Jesuit priest. He said that 7 is booby trap, be very careful. But when I went up to a different, the same area, but up the hill, there is a rock sitting there that has a hole in it, probably about that big. And I put a rock in it and pushed it with a stone stick one time, And you could hear that rock hit the bottom. So there's something in there. Now, if you go, oh God, let's see. If you go by the Dutchman, basically you're going to find a tunnel, but it's been shut off by the Apache Indians with rocks. It's also in that picture there. So if anybody wants to look at it, you're more than welcome while I'm here. But, you know, that's about all I can tell you about the mountain. There's bodies in there, you know, three men, pardon me, from Utah. One went in the year before. You remember that, Ron? Yeah. Three men from Utah. The one was in there the year before. They saved his butt. But the next year he took two friends in. They died, and they brought three of them out.
When did Ralph die?
July 13th, 2013. I wasn't able to make it there when he died and say goodbye, but he was dead when I got to the hospital. He died in Sierra Vista, Arizona. And he's gone, Bob's gone. You know, basically, there's a lot of treasure in there. But unfortunately, the government doesn't want to help you at all. I've tried, and they don't want to do anything. So, just so you all know, it's there. It's just a matter of finding it. So,
Thank
you
you.
want to say, oh, sorry. Thank you for the award. Appreciate it. Oh, Canada, Rachel. You ever get to Tombstone, say hello. I'm better going down than going up.
Thank you, John. So now I'll introduce the mayor of Goldfield. The reason we're all here this evening is he graciously decided to buy us all dinner. So it's the only reason we'll show up. The mayor, Bob Schoose.
Take that hand off and get so tired of looking at it. All day long. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's warm. I gotta read this list. Clay Worse, Bob Corbin, Ron Fellman, Bob Schoose. That's me. Bob Ward, Greg Davis, Al Reeser, John Kuchera, Ellen Gardner, Mel Fisher, Rick Wynn, Chuck Crawford, Sal Delgadillo, Gail Wagner, Ernie Saviano, Hank DeAndrews,
Go film it.
Velma
Zoom in on
Ward,
it, the crash crash.
Bill Fitchum,
Come on, zoom in.
Alan Tree. He's not here tonight. Alan's in bad shape. Tom Collinborn, Jesse Fellman, Ralph Henderson, Jack Sanfelice, Victor Deaton, Brian Lickman, Ron Eagle, Dan Hopper, Mick McPherson.
There you go.
Oh, I
Thought they were going to sleep.
I have to do it over again. Josh Fellman. Hey, you notice I didn't say Jesse this time?
Yeah.
Keith Furlan and Dick Walton. That's the list. That's the list of everybody that's got one over the years.
Now I'd like to introduce our treasure hunter of the year, Larry Akins. If you'd come up here, give us a little talk, tell us a little about the gentleman that will be receiving the award this evening.
Boy, wow, that's an intimidating crowd. A lot of history here. It's a privilege to be here. I met this gentleman a couple of years ago, and he really he impressed me with his expertise. He's not a name that a lot of treasure hunters know about, which I find a little disappointing, but sometimes people work more alone in their quests and stuff. This gentleman actually has quite a resume. He was a Arlington National Cemetery Honor Guard, which right there alone is just an incredible feat of service. He became a Detroit cop after that, and he moved out here in 1970, and he's been exploring those mountains and Dutch hunting all the time. So it's an honor to introduce this year's. Do I introduce? Yeah.
You can introduce him, Josh. Would you help? Would you help him up?
I'd like to introduce this year's Dutch hunter, and it's Tom Van.
Yeah. You want to put a chair up here? You can lean on the chair. You need the chair to hold on to. Chair. Okay. Here, you can take the chair, put it in front of you, and hold on to the back side of it. Tom, here's your plaque. Now, I don't want Larry to stay here and hold this stuff for him because I don't want him to stay here and try to hold all this. Plaque, Tom Van, and nice trophy there to put on the mantle place for you. Congratulations, Tom. Well deserved after all these many years. All right, you got a few words you want to say to everybody?
There's plenty of treasure out there. I'm not going to say how many I know about. There's a lot of them. And all the ones that I know about, I know who put them there, when they put them in there, and what is in the treasure site. A lot of people go treasure hunting. All they have is very little information. I stressed as an ex-cop to get all the information I could. And some of it that I got came from unusual people that you wouldn't think knew anything about treasure. And this one old man in particular, he told me about some stuff in California. No one ever believed him. But it's there. Gotta just get out and get it. I'm 86 years old and my legs are kind of giving out a little bit. But I'm not done yet.
Larry, after we get it down, you can take that, put it in the sleeve in the box, and take the box with the trophy. For everybody that thinks they're getting too old for this stuff, Tom at 86 says right now he's not done. Yep. Sure, take your time. Good. All right, thank you very much, Tom. If we had the crowd at the bar on a Friday night like normal, this would be a good time to tell them all when they always look at us and kind of give us that look and say, Treasure Hunt of the Year Award, what did you guys find? I always like to point out that they're sitting in a building on a property that's built by a Dutch hunter, that had Dutch hunters help build it, across from a museum that was founded and built by Dutch hunters. You don't know what you're even stepping into. There's PhDs, there's doctorates, there's nuclear engineers. You okay, Bob? Yeah. Okay. But it's nothing, there's no shame in being a Dutch hunter. Former state attorney general and the president of the NRA was a Dutch hunter. So Rhodes Scholars all the way through. So they're entrepreneurs, they're businessmen, they're millionaires. So don't ever cast a blind eye at it. And my favorite picture always of all time is a campfire with Salvador sitting across from Bob Corbin in a discussion about the Dutchman. And you could go two different extremes, but there was just nothing. They were on an equal playing field talking to each other that night, friends. So that's an important thing, and I wish there was a full house here to hear that. But there's nothing wrong with being in this room and being a Dutch hunter. We should all be pretty proud of that because we helped build all this. So thank you everybody for coming tonight. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, John Wayne, and all the Dutch hunters who received the awards in the past for coming out and being with us tonight. I'd like to add one other thing because it's important. I know Steve's part of this. Jack Carlson is a big part of this. Down at the Tony Ranch cabin, you guys know all about that, right? It's got a new roof because of these guys. These guys have been hauling in roofing material and they're trying to fix up and restore the cabin. And I want to thank Jack and all the guys. I don't think there was a guy under 65 out there when they hauled all that stuff in. But that's a hell of a feat. They were hauling in ladders and roofing material, and they got that new roof on. And Jack, I think you guys are looking to stabilize the rest of the cabin, right? Yeah, so they're going to restore that thing and let it last another 100 and some odd years. So thank you, Jack, very much for that. So that be it. Thank you, everybody. Oh, another one.
We need a picture. So
Okay, all the recipients of the award.
please,
If we come forward up onto the stage.
So thanks for joining us. Congratulations to Mr. Tom Van for Treasure Hunt of the Year Award, John Wayne Galloway for the special recognition, and John Chuning for coming into our Veterans Committee. Join us again, probably this Friday for a live, and definitely next Monday for another Chasing Legends. Until then, always remember, I'm Wayne Tuttle, you're not. And this was Chasing Legends.